Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Mahaganaadhipataye Namaha. Om Shri Rama Sahita Satyanarayana Swamy Namaha. Namaskar everyone. Today I am going to talk about a very popular and interesting topic, that is story on Shri Rama Sahita Satyanarayana Swamy. As most of you know, this Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam is performed all across India and even in other geographies. This Satyanarayana Puja has been told in Skanda Purana. This is a very ancient Vratam or the ritual which has been followed since ages. This Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam has got basically two parts. One is the puja, which is nothing but all the rituals, followed by the katha, that is the story. So we have to listen to the 5 different chapters of the katha. So today I am going to concentrate only on the story part. In the subsequent videos, I'll upload on how to perform the puja as well. So let's start with part 1 of the Satyanarayana Katha. Ekadanaimishanye rushesh shaunakadayah paprachuranatam sarve sutam pauranikam khalu. In the past, Shaunaka and other rishis gathered at a place called Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya is a very pious forest which is part of India. Why Naimisharanya is so pious? As per the history, Naimisharanya has witnessed a lot of discourses on Vedic literature, Shastras and Puranas. Many sages and saints have roamed in that place. A lot of discussions on Vedic literature also happened over there. All these Shaunakadi rishis at Naimisharanya met Suta Mahamuni, who is very knowledgeable in the Vedic literature and in different Shastras and Puranas. What they asked was, human beings are suffering from so many problems. They have requested for a solution or a remedy. Suta Maharshi responded saying that the same question has been asked by Narada Maharshi to Lord Vishnu. Whatever Lord Vishnu told to Narada Maharshi, the same thing I am going to repeat it. Hence, please listen to my discourse very carefully. Narada Maharshi is one of the great devotees of Lord Vishnu. That's why we often hear that Prahlada, Narada, Parashara, Vyasa, Valmika, Shuka, Shaunaka. So these are all the great devotees of Lord Vishnu, where Narada's name is on the top of the list. Narada Maharshi used to roam around the world. When he came to planet Earth, he found that human beings are being suffered a lot because of multiple problems. Then he felt very bad and he was thinking, how can I help this humanity to get rid of all these problems? Then immediately he rushed to Vaikuntham or the Vishnu Loka. In Vishnu Loka, Lord Vishnu is in a very pleasant mood and glowing with a light equivalent to 1,000 sunlights, and he was holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma in his 4 hands, where Shankha is nothing but the conch shell, Chakram is a circular weapon, Gada is like one more weapon, Padma means the lotus flower. And Narada is unable to describe how Lord Vishnu is there, because he is unable to find where is the beginning and where is the end. And Lord Vishnu has got all the great qualities. Then Narada started praying at Lord Vishnu. After seeing Narada Maharshi, he checked about his well-being and he asked what was his purpose of this trip. Narada Maharshi responded saying that I went to planet Earth where people are suffering with multiple problems. Could you please help in finding a solution so that it will help the humanity for their well-being? After listening to these words, Lord Vishnu was very happy. You have asked a very good question. I have a solution for it. In Kali Yuga, I am incarnated in the form of Satyanarayana Swamy. Whoever performs this Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam with complete devotion and 100% faith, definitely they are going to be blessed with all good results. Ultimately, they will also attain the eternal salvation. After listening to these words from Lord Vishnu, Narada was excited and he was asking, who can do this puja? When this puja can be done? What are the benefits of doing this puja? And how to perform this puja? After listening to these subsequent questions from Narada Maharshi, Lord Vishnu replied, Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam can be performed by anyone, irrespective of whatever the caste. That means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, anyone can do it. It would be auspicious to perform this puja on a full moon day or an Ekadashi or a Ravi Sankramana day. Lord Vishnu also said that it would be very auspicious if this Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam is performed in the months of Vaishakam or Kartikam or Magham. What are these months? So as per the Hindu calendar, there are totally 12 months. The year starts at Ugadi or Gudi Padwa. So from there, the first month will be Chaitram, followed by Vaishakam, Jyeshtam, Ashadam, Shravanam, Bhadrapadam, Ashvayajam, Kartikam, Margashiram, Pushyam, Magham, Falgunam. However, the puja can also be performed on any auspicious day. This puja can be performed once in a month, or it can be performed once in a year, or according to individual's convenience. This puja, when it is performed, it will give good health, wealth, and a victory, also ultimately the eternal salvation. If a devotee is performing with some good wishes, all those wishes would be fulfilled by performing this ritual. On the day of performing this puja, we need to get up before the sunrise, complete our daily activities, cleanse ourselves. So cleansing, in the sense, it's like external cleansing can be done by the bath, whereas the internal cleansing can be done only by removing all the bad thoughts, and we should have a complete faith on the God. It should be very nice if it is performed in the evening. The place where puja is going to be performed, that place needs to be purified with the help of cow dung and water. Once the place is cleansed, using the rice flour and different colors, the place can be decorated using the rangoli. After that, we need to place a small pita. Pita is nothing but some kind of a table. On that, we need to place a brand new cloth, place the rice over that, and we have to place a kalash. Kalash is something which is made up of either gold, silver, or brass or bronze. Something like a small pot. We have to place the Lord Vishnu's idol or Lord Satyanarayana's idol, for which we'll be doing the rituals. Before doing the Satyanarayana Swamy puja, we have to first do the Kalsha puja. That is where we pray Lord Varuna. Post that, we'll also pray Lord Ganesha, Gauri, Adityadi Navagraha Devatas, nothing but the 9 planets, Aditya or sun, then Chandra, that is moon, Angaraka or Kuja, next is Buddha, Brahaspati or Guru Graha, then Shukra Graha, Shani Graha, Rahu and Ketu. So these are the 9 planets which we are going to pray along with their Adhidevata and Pratyadi Devatas. We need to pray Ashtadikpalakas. Ashtadikpalakas are the directional heads. So for the east, it is Lord Indra. For southeast, it is Lord Agni. For south, it is Yama. Southwest, it is Nairuti. For the west, it is Varuna. For northwest, it is Vayuvya. For the north, it is Kubera. And for northeast, it is Ishana. We should also pray the Panchaloka Palakas. And then finally, we'll be doing the puja for Lord Satyanarayana Swamy. So we'll be placing a photo of Lord Satyanarayana, and we will also have an idol. So for that idol, we will be performing the Shodasha Upachara Puja. Shodasha Upacharam is nothing but the 16 rituals. I'll cover this Shodasha Upachara Puja in the subsequent videos. The Satyanarayana Swamy idol will be made of gold or silver or bronze or brass according to our affordability. For that idol, we need to perform the Abhishekam. Abhishekam is nothing but it's basically Lord's bath. So that would be done using the Panchamrit. So starting with the cow milk, curd or the yogurt, cow ghee, honey and the sugar. So all these 5, if we combine, this is nothing but the Panchamrit. So with Panchamrit, we need to do the Abhishekam. We have to follow all the Shodashopachara Puja's process. We need to prepare the Naivedyam. Naivedyam should be prepared with the semolina, cow milk, ghee, sugar. If sugar is not available, we can also use the jaggery and banana. So with all these things, we need to prepare the prasadam and we need to offer it to Lord Satyanarayana Swamy. We should also do the Mangalaharati and Mantra Pushpam, and we should also listen to all the 5 kathas. We should do this puja by calling the Brahmins, relatives and the close friends as well. And we should take the Tirtham and Prasadam. So Tirtham is the outcome of the Abhishekam, and Prasadam whatever we offer to Lord Satyanarayana Swamy. And whoever performs this Satyanarayana Swamy Puja in the prescribed way with 100% faith and belief, definitely they would be blessed with all the good things, and finally they can attain the eternal salvation. Iti Sri Skanda Purane Revagande Satyanarayana Swamy Vratakathaayam Pratamodhyayaha. Haraye Namaha. Satyanarayana Maharaj Ki Jai. So now I'm going to start the second part. It is the second Adhyaya. Suta Uvacha Aadhyatsam Pravakshyami Krudam Yena Puradvija Kaschit Kashi Pure Ramme Hyasid Viprodi Nirdhanaha Kshutrubhyam Vyakulo Bhutva Nityam Babhrama Bhutale. In this chapter, Suta Maharshi was talking about who has performed this puja in the past. In Benares, that is Kashi, there used to be a very poor Brahmin. He was extremely knowledgeable. He is good at Vedic literature. However, his life was miserable because he was very poor. After seeing this poor Brahmin, Lord Vishnu, he felt very bad and he thought he would help him. Then he came to Kashi, faced this poor Brahmin in the form of an old Brahmin. After seeing him, he was asking, "By seeing your face, I can understand that you are a very good scholar. Why are you roaming like this?" Then this poor Brahmin, he said, "I don't have food to eat. Could you please suggest if there is something which can get me out of this poverty?" Then that old Brahmin, he told that there is a great ritual, that is Sri Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam. If you perform that puja, definitely you will come out of this poverty. He also mentioned about the benefits of doing it and how to perform the puja. Everything he said, and he disappeared. This poor Brahmin, being a very good intellectual, he thought that Lord Vishnu only might have come in the form of this old Brahmin, and he suggested me to do this puja. That's why, at any cost, I'm going to do this puja tomorrow itself. So the whole night, he was thinking about how to perform the puja, and he was thinking about Satyanarayana Swamy. Next day morning, he took his bath and did the daily rituals like Sandhyavantan. And he was very desperate in doing this puja. However, to do this puja, he needs certain amount of money because he has to purchase the required stuff. For that, as usual, he went to different people and he got some money from them. And then with that money, he called all his relatives and Brahmins, and he has performed that puja with utmost dedication. By the grace of Lord Satyanarayana, he got rid of that poverty. Though he became rich, he never forgot this puja, and he did this puja on all the Purnimas, that is, all the full moon days. Because of all these things, he enjoyed his life, and finally he attained the moksha, or the eternal salvation. After listening to this, other rishis along with Shaunaka, they were asking, after this Brahmin, did anyone do this puja? One day, a laborer who was selling the firewood was very thirsty, and he dropped the firewood in front of this Brahmin's house, and he entered his house. During that time, he was performing this Satyanarayana puja. After seeing this puja, he completely forgot about his thirstiness. After the completion of the puja, he took the tirtham and prasadam, and then he inquired that Brahmin about what is this puja about. I never saw it earlier. Then that Brahmin replied, this is the very famous Satyanarayana Swamy puja. By performing this, I got rid of my poverty. After listening to these words, even this laborer, he was very happy, and he thought, definitely I'm also going to do this puja tomorrow itself. Then the whole night he was thinking about Lord Satyanarayana. In the morning, he took a pile of firewood, went to a posh area, sold all his firewood. Unlike any other day, he got double the money what he used to get earlier by the grace of Lord Satyanarayana Swamy. With that money, he got all the required stuff for the puja, called all the Brahmins and his friends, relatives, and he has performed this puja with extreme devotion. And he was also performing this puja on every full moon day. He enjoyed his life, he got rid of his poverty, and finally he attained the moksha, or the eternal salvation. Iti Sri Skande Purane Revagande Satyanarayana Vratakatayam Dideyodhyajaha Hare Namaha Satyanarayana Maharaj Ki Jai. Now I am going to talk about the third chapter. Sutavacha Punaragre Pravakshyami Shrunudham Munisattamah Purajol Ulkamukha Naman Rupaschasin Mahevati Jitendriya Satyavadi Gachan Devalayam Prati Dine Dine Dhanam Dattva Dvijas Santoshayet Sudhihi. Suta Maharshi has again started telling about one more interesting topic here. In the past, there used to be a king called Ulkamukha. He was a great ruler, philanthropist. He always used to talk truth. Every day he used to go to temple. His wife also was very beautiful. They were childless and they prayed Lord Satyanarayana Swamy on the banks of Bhadrashila river to bless them with kids. During that time, there was a businessman called Saadhu. He was on his business trip and he found that King Ulkamukha is doing the Satyanarayana Puja. He took his boat aside, parked his boat, and then he went to the king, saw the entire puja. He took the tirtham and prasadam. He went to king and he was inquiring about this puja. Then king said that we are childless and we prayed Lord Satyanarayana Swamy to bless us with kids. After that, he went on to complete his business trip. He returned to home and then he met his wife Lilavati. He told that there is a powerful ritual which we can perform it if we are blessed with kids. Both of them, they prayed to Lord Satyanarayana Swamy with 100% faith. After a few days, Lilavati became pregnant and they were blessed with a beautiful girl child. They named her as Kalavati. On the day of cradle ceremony, Lilavati reminded husband that we thought of performing this Satyanarayana Swamy Puja if we are blessed with kids. So now shall we do it? He immediately said, no, if we do it now, it will become very expensive. Let's postpone it to our kids' marriage. During that time, we can do along with the marriage ceremony. The days went on and she was growing. A day has come when Saadhu felt that his girl need to get married. Then he called one of his deputy. He asked him to find a good boy for his girl. He went around multiple places and he found a suitable boy from Kanchananagaram. This businessman inquired about that boy and he found that he is a very good person and he is very much suitable for his girl. Then immediately they have performed a grand wedding where they completely forgot about the Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam. After a few days, Saadhu, being a very good businessman, along with his son-in-law, they went to a kingdom that is Ratnasanupuram, which is on the banks of Sindhu river. That kingdom was ruled by Chandraketu king. So after seeing all these things, Lord Satyanarayana Swamy, he thought that this businessman, he prayed that he will do this Satyanarayana Swamy Puja when he is blessed with kids. He got a very beautiful daughter. He didn't do during the cradle ceremony. His daughter's wedding is also done. So he completely forgot me. So he cursed him that he will have a tough time. Because of his curse, some valuables were stolen from Chandraketu Maharaja's kingdom. The security personnel of King Chandraketu were following the thieves, and those thieves, they dropped all that money in front of these businessmen. Security personnel thought that these businessmen are only thieves and they recovered all the money from them and they took them into their custody. King said, give them a very harsh punishment and put them behind the bars. They were having a very tough time. Even Lilavati and Kalavati, they didn't have anything to eat. Reason being, everything was stolen from their home also. They started suffering from poverty. One day, Kalavati came late to the home And immediately Leelavati questioned, "You are so young, and you being a girl, considering your safety, why did you come so late?" Then she answered, saying that, "I went to one Brahmin's house where Satyanarayana Swamy Puja was being done. I waited till the puja was complete, and I took the tirtham and prasadam. By the time it was very late. That's the reason I was late to home." Immediately, Leelavati remembered about this Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam, and she prayed to Lord Satyanarayana Swamy, saying that, "I will do this Vratam tomorrow itself, and please help me in getting my husband and son-in-law back home." Next day, Leelavati and Kalavati, they performed the Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam with complete devotion. And post that, all their problems got solved. Lord Satyanarayana Swamy was extremely happy with the puja performed by Leelavati and Kalavati. Then he came in the dream of King Chandraketu and told him that the thieves who were arrested and put behind the bars in your kingdom, they are not the real thieves. So release them immediately. If you don't release, your entire kingdom will be destroyed. After this dream, he immediately woke up and he called up for a cabinet meeting with his all ministers and purohits. There he described about the dream what he got, and immediately he has summoned a couple of security people to bring those businessmen. Those businessmen were extremely frightened, saying that probably the king might give some additional punishments. After seeing those worried businessmen, king said, "You are not the real thieves. Sorry for whatever has been happened so far." King has felicitated them with new clothes, and they were also given double the amount what has been recovered from them. And these two businessmen were extremely happy, and they praised the king, and they left. Itisre skande purane revakande Satyanarayana Vrata kathayam trutejodhyayah haraye namah Satyanarayana Maharaj ki jai. Now I am going to talk about the 4th chapter. Suta uvacha yatrang krutva tatas sadhu mangalachara purvakam brahmanebhyo dhanam dattva yajo svanagaram prati. This businessman, along with his son-in-law, they started returning to their hometown. During the travel, they started donating a lot of money to the poor people. They were also going to different pilgrimage places. Lord Vishnu wanted to test this businessman whether he still remembers Satyanarayana Swamy or not. So he came in the form of a Saadhu or a saint, and he asked him, "What is there in your boat?" And these two businessmen, they were extremely proud, and they were in a very happy mood. After seeing him, they said, "Why are you asking about what is there in our boat? There is nothing. It is only having leaves and fruits, all these junk items." The Lord Vishnu, who is in the form of that saint, he said, "Let your words be true." And he went to some distance below a tree. These two businessmen went for a bath. As soon as they returned, they found that the boat was completely floating upwards. They couldn't find any of their valuables. Everything is light with all the leaves and fruits, whatever they mentioned. This Saadhu and his son-in-law both fell down and they were crying. The son-in-law, being somewhat intelligent, he said, "The saint who came to us, he cursed us. Probably he is the only person who can save us. Let's find him and let's request him." That's the only option. Then both of them, they were searching for him and they found him below a tree. They went to him and they apologized and they said, please bless us with whatever the valuables we had. Then he said, you people are always saying that you will do the Satyanarayana Puja and you completely forgot. That's the reason you are suffering from all these things. We are only the common man. Brahma and all these people also cannot understand you. So please excuse us and please bless us with whatever we lost. Then he said, okay, you can find your things. So he has blessed them. When they returned to their boat, they found all the valuable things, whatever they were carrying. They again started to their hometown, found that the hometown is arriving. Then he called one of his deputy and asked him to inform his family to welcome us. During the same time, Lilavati and Kalavati, they were performing Satyanarayana Puja. And then Lilavati said, Kalavati, you complete the puja, you take the tirtham and prasadam and you come down. I'll go and I'll receive them. However, Kalavati, she wanted to see her husband and she was in a hurry. She forgot to take this tirtham and prasadam and she came to the banks of the sea. Lord Vishnu became angry and he has immersed the son-in-law's boat. Everyone was shocked, reason being, in a very short duration, suddenly this boat got immersed. And this lady was thinking, without my husband, what is the use of my life? And she was taking his footwear and she was planning to do the suicide. Then immediately this Saadhu stopped her, saying that it is all because of Lord Vishnu. Let me pray Lord Vishnu and he will provide some solution. Then from the sky, they heard some voice saying that your daughter didn't take the tirtham and prasadam, that's why she's not able to see her husband. Then immediately she went to home and she took the tirtham and prasadam. Once she returned, she found her husband. The boat has come up and everyone was extremely happy there. They didn't want to delay further and on the banks of the sea itself, they performed this Satyanarayana Swamy Puja and they also continued performing this puja on every full moon day. They enjoyed their life and finally they attained the Swargaloka. Iti Sri Skande Purane Revagande Satyanarayana Vrata Kathajam Chaturtodhyajaha Haraye Namaha Satyanarayana Maharaj Ki Jai. Suta Uvacha Athanjatsam Pravakshyami Shrunudhvam Muni Sattamaha Asi Tungadhwajo Raja Prajapalana Tatparaha. Suta Maharshi was talking about one more story. Here there used to be a king called Tungadhwaja. He was a great king. He used to take care of his people very well. He used to do a lot of charity. He used to go to temple every day. He used to donate to Brahmins. One day, he went to forest. He killed a lot of animals and he was tired. He was sitting below a tree. During the same time, Yadavas, they were performing the Satyanarayana Swamy Puja. So Yadavas were serving the society by taking care of the cattle. As they came to know that king has come to the forest, with a lot of respect, they took the tirtham and prasadam first to the king. And this king, with a lot of ego, he has not taken the tirtham and prasadam. And he went to his kingdom back. His kingdom was attacked by his neighboring kings and he lost his kingdom. All his 100 sons were died. He was shocked and he was thinking, I just went to the forest for a few hours. In the short duration, why all these things happened? Did I make some mistake? Then he realized that he has rejected the Tirtha Prasadam of Lord Satyanarayana Swamy. Immediately he searched for those Yadavas and he has performed this Satyanarayana Puja from the beginning. And then he took the Tirtha Prasadam and he returned to his kingdom. He got his kingdom back and he got relief from all the problems whatever he had, and later he got the kids as well. This Satyanarayana Swamy Vratam is a very powerful Vratam. If someone is not able to afford to perform this puja, even then, if they listen to the puja, they will be blessed with health, wealth, and the victory. And finally, they can also attain the eternal salvation. This Satyanarayana Swamy is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu ensures that Dushta Shikshana and Shishta Rakshana. So, he destroys the evil forces by saving the good people. People will call Lord Vishnu or Satyanarayana Swamy with a lot of names. In whatever the way he has been called, he is always there to save the humanity. And finally, let me pray Lord Satyanarayana Swamy to help us, to help the humanity to come out of these difficult situations and to bless everyone with health, wealth, and victory. Sarve Janas Sukhino Bhavantu. Please excuse if there are any mistakes in the explanation. Iti Sri Skande Purane Revagande Satyanarayana Vrata Kathayam Panchamodhyayaha Haraye Namaha. Satyanarayana Maharaj Ki Jai.